Hi, Kristen. I'm really tired and kind of sick, and I really miss you, so I thought I'd leave you a video because I figure if I leave you one, you're probably gonna leave me one. And then I get to watch it, which means I get to see your bright and shining face. And, geez. I just got violated by a nurse today. It was neat. I was Facebooking like a nice normal child, and then they called me on my cell phone, which I'm not really sure how my school has my cell phone number, but they do. And they reprimand me, telling me I have to come to the nurses right away because I have to get checked up from being sick like 2 weeks ago. And then I go in there, and it's like really awkward because you walk down this like cinder block hallway, creepy, right? And like it's like this nasty off yellow color, and it just smells like shit, you know, like sick people and just gross. And then over on this side, there's like this glass structure thing where all the nurses sit, and there's like 5 of them. Like the whole office thing is empty, which never happens because everyone's always faking sick to get out of class. But I guess it's Monday, which is, you know, one of our weekend days. So no one was in there, and they all just like turn and stare at me, and they're like, you know, giving me the look, and I'm like, okay, hi, I'm Jessica. I think I have and they're like, oh, you have an appointment today. And it's like this blonde bitch who, like, I don't even know. She's quite obviously a brunette, but she like hardcore bleaches her hair, like blonder than yours was, like super fucking blonde. And then this creepy like short-haired lady in a lab coat stands up, and she's like, hi, I'm Nancy, I'll be your nurse today. And I'm like, okay. And I follow her back into the creepy office, and she's asking me like all this stuff about how if my symptoms are still there, because I was like, I don't know, I was ill, and like last week, and not with a cough. Cough's new, yay, still sick. And she was asking me all this stuff, and I was like, no, I'm not sick, blah blah blah. And she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna listen to your breathing. And so I take off my sweatshirt, and she's like, she breaks out the stethoscope and is like touching my, you know, back and being like, okay, deep breaths, and then she's like all up in my, like, you know, chestal region listening to me. And then she has me lay down so she can listen to my stomach. So she like lifts my shirt up and stuff, and she like, I don't even know, dude, she was like poking me and like touching me in all kinds of places that her hands did not belong, and it was just weird. She was all up in my business. I'm pretty sure I was violated just now. A little gross, but you know, 45-year-old women, that's my thing. But I'm really excited because I get to come home in a mere 5 days, which is retardedly great, because I hate it here, obviously, because it's hell, and I feel like an asshole for bitching about it all the time, but everyone else does, so, you know, that's just how it's gonna be. I wrote you a really long letter. It's like 4 pages long. I can show you if you want. I mean, this is what I do during detention, because I had to get up at 8:30 this morning on a weekend and put my uniform on and go to detention for nothing, just to sit there for an hour. And I thought I had 3 hours of it, which is good, because I had 3 hours of it last week. I don't know where your thingy went. I had 3 hours of it last week, and it sucked. So I only had an hour of it this week, and I thought out my whole art project thing. Like, it all makes sense now. It's about how, like on the walls of the gallery thing, I'm gonna put, I'll show you. Like, okay, I sketched it out a little bit, because we were like dividing up gallery space and stuff, and so, see, I'm gonna have like this little nook, and on the walls, this is a really bad drawing, but on the walls, there's gonna be like these wall hanging things, and they're talking about like the process of My computer's about to die. Give me a minute. I don't want to accidentally flash you. They're talking about the process of, like, how, like, the cycle of thought, action, and communication. So, like, because, you know, you think about something, then you communicate it, then it, like, creates an action, or an action impresses communication upon you, and then you think about it, and then you act, and it just, like, goes in a cycle, you know, and that's based on your own, like, decisions, and then those decisions are what influence other, like, emotional responses in people, like, because those are things you share with people, like, they're influenced by other people, and all that, and then, like, I'm making, like, these kind of, like, pod sculpture things that you can, like, step in, and they're supposed to, kind of, like, initiate this whole, like, emotional response thing in you, that relates to, like, stability, hope, and then, like, warmth, which is also a cycle, because, like, you can't, I don't know, because it, like, builds on each other, like, because, I mean, if you're, I don't even know, I wrote it all down, man, like, you probably don't care, but I really, like, you know, you're my best friend, and I just really want you to understand my art, because I don't really, and I just feel like if you do, it'll be great. There's you right there, isn't that cute? But, it's about how, like, when the controlled responses that you do as a person, are, like, positive towards another person, that's what influences their emotional responses towards you. And, like, the three main ones I'm thinking of are, like, the idea of stability and, like, the hopefulness, like, your idea, like, wow, I've dated, like, 300 douchebags, but maybe you're different, and I just, like, really like you, and I want it to be perfect. And then there's, like, comfort, which is, like, you being comforted by that person, you know? And, that's all, like, the things that build up into this, like, this connection with a person, because humans want companionship, okay, and they want to know that they're, like, not alone, which I feel like you and me jive with, right? Because, I mean, we talk about that sometimes with our whole little boy conversations, and, like, the stronger the feelings, like, these three feelings, these feelings of hope and like, protection, and, like, just how much you want to be with this person builds up, and this is, like, what the whole concept of love is, you know, because, like, it's like you need this person because of how they make you feel, and you can't stand to not be around them, because it's like, it gets up to this point where you just can't even, like, do it, like, they're what makes you so strong of a person, like, you guys feed off each other, you know, it's like, that's your whole, like, second half, you know, like, that's your thing, and I'm trying to illustrate this through sculptures, and I really hope it makes sense, and, I mean, I'll have to show you, and, yeah, I'm really stressed out about it, you know, obviously, because it's, like, a big deal, but, and I really, really want you to come, because you're, like, my best friend, and so, I need you to write me a note, because I'm doing these things, okay, and they're going on, like, the back wall, because the part about communication, and, I'm weaving together, like, my letters and cards that I get from home, like this is my homework, actually, and it's on graph paper, because, I don't write on lined paper that often, not really, I just buy composition books with graph paper, because I'm stupid and I don't pay attention, and, I'm, like, tea staining them, okay, and they're, I don't know, there's all these kind of, like, weird metaphorical things that you could think of when you think of weaving, because it's, like, this pressure against two, like, sides, like, one, like, each side presses against each other to, like, hold the whole thing together, which I feel like is, like, the whole emotional, like, connection thing. I think that, like, reinforces it a little bit, right? And then, so yeah, I'm, like, weaving together my notes and letters and stuff, and I know you love writing notes, and I just wrote you really long letters, so you should write me a note, and then I can cut it up and weave it together, and tea stain it so it looks pretty, and then I'm gonna, like, embroider on it, like kind of like a picture doodle thing, and it'll be, like, part of my art show, and it'll be really cool. And I know I just spent a really long time talking about that to you, but I feel like, I mean, we're both Libras, right? And I mean, we're just, like, into it, you know? Like, love is a big fucking deal. And I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about, like, a concept of it. Like, the fact that we have this emotional need to have another person in our life that gets us. I feel like that's a big deal. And proof, I wrote you this really long letter. I haven't put it in the mail yet, but I'm going to. And I'm leaving you a video, so you leave me one back, because I miss you. And this is 10 minutes and 20 seconds long already, so I'm going to stop. But call me if you get bored, because I'm going to be doing nothing. Bye. I love you.